a cheap defensive tackle the Niners should sign. They're going to be losing DJ Jones, presumably. Is there anyone else that they could get on the cheap, considering there could be a lot of cap casualties this year?
Could.
Yeah, I don't know how cheap this guy's going to come based off of his production the last couple of years, but I had wrote down Larry Ogunjobi from the Browns. He's a defensive tackle there. He's been really productive over the last few years. I think he's got 14 and a half sacks, 13 of those coming in the last 3 years. And he's been really productive in tackles as well, right around 50, averaging about 50 per year. So, if they could bring him in at somewhere around $2 million, that'd be great. But I think that's it might be a little bit of a stretch for somebody with that kind of productivity in the middle.
I've been looking at this because I'm writing about it later. Just looking at James, is it Bechter? Is that how you pronounce the last name for the?
Yeah, I don't know. Good question. Bechter.
The new defensive senior assistant, and I've been looking at his guys from the last couple of years when he was the Cardinals DC and the Giants DC, and that brought me to Xavier Williams, who was with him when he was on the Cardinals, and he'll be under $1 million, I think. Damian Snack Harrison, who was on the Packers and Seahawks as a nose tackle, he'd be under $1 million as well, and because he hasn't been playing a lot lately in the last couple of years, and he would take that DJ Jones 1st and 10 run stuffer role. And then my last guy is Roy Robertson Harris from the Bears. He's kind of that Eric Armstead hybrid. He's 6'6", and I think that would really change the pass rush downs where you would have Armstead and Robertson Harris in the middle and Bosa on the outside, and 2 6'6" plus defensive tackles rushing 5'10" Kyler Murray and 5'11" Russell Wilson kind of changes the defense, I think.
I think a player who could be kind of cheap, although if some teams are actually paying attention to him, would be defensive tackle Jonathan Hankins from the Raiders. He's not bad. He'll get those early downs and the run stuff. He's actually affects both aspects. I mean, then again, you're talking about the Raiders here. They don't have anyone else on the defensive line, but the fact that he can still stand out and you put him in the role that the 49ers would use him in, it wouldn't be bad value at all. You don't need him to be every down. You don't need to be just, hey, we need to do pass rusher. You need to stuff the run. It wouldn't be bad at all. And just to see him with Chris Kasarik and the way they can figure a way to make him fit, that'd be very interesting to see for sure.
Every name you guys have said I've put into over the cap right here, and they've given a estimation of what that guy's worth, and they've put him at over $5 million. Every Hankins, they have it over $5 million. Puda Ford, no one said, and they had him at $9 million. So I'm looking at DJ Jones, they have him at $2 million. To me, I wouldn't pay any more than whatever DJ Jones is going to get. And he may get more than that, but if that's all he's going for, just bring him back. And if he gets $3 million, just roll with Kevin Givens. I really like Kevin Givens. I like Contavious Street. It's my show. And I'm going to say, I'm going to not answer this question. I'm going to say they better not sign a defensive tackle. They don't need to do that. You just bring back DJ Jones or just move on with Kevin Givens and Contavious Street. I know you guys are never allowed to do what I just did. It's a liberty I'm taking on my show. Sorry.
The guys I said they had over $5 million.
I did name. Well, I didn't name in all the guys you named. You named a bunch of people I've never heard of. So I think you're probably good. But the guys you were naming, I was like, yeah, those are good names. Let me check out Ogunjobi real quick. Let me see what they say. I can't spell Ogunjobi, but maybe if I get the first. Yep, I got the first. Okay, let's see what they say. 4.9 million. I don't know, man. It's tough.
So another guy that I'm going to throw out there that I don't think was going to be very popular, but would be Solomon Thomas. They might be able to keep him at a low deal. And part of the reason that I bring that name up is that was actually a name that Robert Saleh mentioned when they were talking to him after the season about, what happens how are you going to feel if you don't get a head coaching job? And he said, I'll be happy to come back and coach Nick Bosa and Solomon Thomas and that defensive line. So who knows where that goes, but that could be somebody they bring back. They seem to be.
That's a good name. That's a good name, actually, because that's in the spirit of the question. I think you could probably get him for $700,000, something like that. So that works. That fits. I probably would just save the $700,000, but it's not my money. So I don't know.